Det er pause mellom England og Colombia. Det står 0-0, og som dere hører i bakgrunnen her, så er det er litt fuglekvitter. Det har vi rett og slett direkte fra Kroatia. Velkommen til Value Live igjen, Magnus Barstad.
Thank you, Mattis Holt.
And then that's a perfect transition to English. We got Johnny back. We got Johnny back, and he still believes that football is coming home.
Yep.
Yeah. So that hasn't changed after the first 45, right?
Is football coming home? I don't know. I don't want to be the mug to say that, but England, I think they're looking all right. Could probably create a bit more, but I like this England side. I think the thing I want to say about it is, like, I'm used to an England team full of superstars that don't play well together. And the biggest compliment I can give...
Like who? Like who?
Mate, going back to the David Beckham days. Paul Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry. Having a huge selection of basically world-class players. I know they just stayed in the Premier.
Michael Owen, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah. But they didn't work, did they? And the biggest compliment I can give this England team is they look like a good club side. They look a bit more fluid, the way they play. Players are playing in the right position and suit the positions they're playing in. The style of play, I think it's positive. I think Southgate's done a good job there. But
Definitely.
They haven't created so much this half. But second half, I think it's going to kick off.
I feel like I still don't know how good they are.
Nope. I don't think anyone does.
Well, 3.5. Yeah.
I don't think anyone does, but I think we'll see something next 45.
Yeah. So we got a lot of fast football in the start, and then we kind of quiet down a little. How do you see the second half going, Magnus?
I expect it to maybe come out with the same type of intensity that the first half did. And being honest, like, I found that first half very entertaining. For most parts, it was as fun as a 0-0 game can be. Very high tempo. Like, I love when a player gets the ball and his immediate reaction is just to run as fast as he can with it.
Yeah.
And like, it's the absolute opposite to a Spain 0-0 type game, where they just keep the ball so well and walk around. Like, there is literally no walking when your team gets the ball in this game, which is very entertaining to watch. And I think the second half is gonna continue in the same fashion. Hopefully, the teams tire a bit and we get a goal. Because if this game gets a goal, it's gonna kick off massively. Yeah. But it really, really, really needs a goal. England have looked. They've looked really, really well organized, and the way that Trippier and Young track back on the fullbacks and do the double cover, like every time Colombia catch the ball, they're outnumbered 6-2 or 6-3. England are so quick at getting back into position.
But Colombia, they're not creating much, are they? They're not creating anything.
No, they're not.
England are locking them down really well, like really, really well. Obviously, they're missing, and I find this quite strange. Me and Johnny, we've had this conversation a couple of times, John.
Yeah. Well.
And I find it so. You just said yes. You don't know what I'm talking about. But I find it so strange about how people are pronouncing names.
Oh.
Like everyone says James. You're not supposed to call him James. He's James, right? James Rodriguez. But I find the selection of when we decide, like, you have to pronounce that name correctly, and the other names that we don't really care about. Like, for 7 years, everyone was happy to say Dirk Kuyt. All of a sudden, you have to say Kuyt, because some guy in TV2 spoke to a guy from Netherlands.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's so weird. They missed that guy called James or James, but like English people, Johnny would say he's going to Ibiza. But he would not say he's going to Barcelona or whatever the fuck how you pronounce Spanish names.
Right.
What do you think of John Carew, though? Do you think he was a good player, or?
John Carew?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good example. Okay, let's get back to the game here. I noticed that the fans on the stadium, it's mostly Colombians. And we didn't see that a lot in the first half, but when it closes down, could that be something to consider taking bets here? That they're really the home team?
I don't know. Don't think it matters.
Really?
Yeah. To be honest, Colombia haven't done anything.
No, they haven't.
Like,
No,
if that was me as a Colombia fan, I'd be like, bloody hell, we don't look like we're getting anything out of this game. Anything. They're just sitting back trying to counter, and they can't counter against us because we've got too much pace in the sides.
The only real danger is that you get what happens every now and again on in half times when one team goes in and they've had a shit half. It's 0-0. They do some. The coach is gonna have a fiery speech.
Yeah.
He's gonna go crazy. He might do some small tactical changes, maybe a sub, and he's gonna change the game up and fire his team up and say, if we keep going like this, we're gonna lose. And England are gonna come in and they're just gonna be content, like, we've really got this game. Keep going like this, and you have no. That's an actual danger. Like you get no momentum going into the second half. And like before, I would hammer England to win or England to qualify. I would definitely look how they come out in the second half, because that's a real danger.
Yeah. I know you went on the over before the game, Magnus. Do you still say we should take that live, or what do you think?
No, my opinion is that almost every knockout game, if you get a 1.5 goal line, you should bet the over. Because if there's one goal, like the Sweden game, it's crazy. It ends on 1 goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the penalty. Yeah.
Yeah. It was absolutely crazy that it ended on 1 goal. The penalty and all the other situations and chances. And my meaning is, if you get the 1.5 line, you have to take it. Because if you get 1 goal before 80 minutes, the game should get to 2 goals.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
Have you looked at the odds? Because it's crazy.
Germans, like the Germans did against Korea.
The over 1.5, 265.
I would definitely give that a little bit of a go now.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah. If you get 1 goal, you have to get another one. Seriously.
Would you wait 5 minutes though, just to see how it went or not? Because Colombia are just sitting back, aren't they? It looks like they're just content sitting back a bit.
That might happen, but the goal should come anyway.
Yeah, my thinking is, obviously, like, this ends 0-0, or we get a really, really late winner and they're not able to score after it.
Right.
Yeah, I have a big problem with teams not attacking. Like, it just unstabilizes the game. Like, England, it's going to be difficult for them to break them down.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, the 0-0 danger is definitely there. The reason why I really like the 1.5 right now, it's because the odds is so high.
Yeah.
265. I feel it's worth a pop.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
I think England have looked quite like Colombia are defending well, but the game started getting really fiery at the end there, and someone's gonna lose. Someone's gonna lose their head at some point. And if Sterling manages to shuffle his feet the right direction, if Harry Kane actually wins one of the duels with Mina, because he has been fucking wrapped up in this first half. Wrapped up.
He's done good link-up play, but like his
that
all
one
rounds.
chance.
Yeah. A header,
I will say this. Mina is better than the centre-backs for Tunisia and Colombia. No, Tunisia and Panama. I will definitely say that.
Of course.
No, but if he gets loose, things can happen.
Yeah.
You'd like it loose, wouldn't you? Eh?
Jesus Christ. Hey guys,
that shirt's loose.
Oh boy.
That shirt is loose.
Yeah, we had to talk about the shirt.
Bottle of wine.
Yeah.
It says 1 liter fine wine. You think that's a good wine?
Yeah,
that's Croatian wine, isn't it? Jesus Christ, the state of that.
My guess is no.
It's great.
It's sure it's not the vinegar for your dinner? You're just knocking it back.
It's great.
I just want to mention one more thing. I noticed Trippier, he got to a lot of crosses. And I just saw that his assist line is on 11. 11 to get an assist.
Oh, you serious?
That's nice.
Yes,
that's nice. He's getting more forward than Ashley Young, isn't he? Really,
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's on set pieces as well. I would definitely give that half a unit or a unit.
Yeah, I need to check what the odds is now though. Give me
He looks like one of England's best players, doesn't he? This tournament, he's been brilliant.
to make assist for goal. Yeah, still 11.
That's good.
Whew. Yeah, I'm on that.
Look at that, he's on it already. You want to get on people, otherwise
I'm getting a bit quiet. I am.
And I have to take it before you, and that also it includes extra time. So.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting on that.
I can see you've gone all cross-eyed, like you're looking at the odds, like what the fuck?
All right, are we close to game time? Probably. Johnny, I want your final thoughts before this half. You confident?
It's coming home.
Oh, you said it.
I just had more beer, to be fair. It's coming home.
Fantastic.
I think England needs to come for it now. Just have a proper go at them. Put some more bodies through. Dele Alli.
Yes, sir.
They played almost 5 minutes overtime. We got a couple of minutes still.
All right, we can talk.
The thing about Dele Alli, I think get him off. He's not.
Yeah,
not doing enough to be in that position.
I agree.
Not being impressed. I
like Loftus-Cheek better.
I think get some fresh legs on for him. I think he's coming off.
Tell you who I would love to get in for him.
Me?
No, Wilfred Zaha.
Shut up.
Ivory Coast. Yeah.
No, seriously, I think. But on a more serious note, I would actually, before we round off, love to have a little bit of a chat about because obviously I'm on the card line, and the card line is still there for the taking. You can get the over 3.5, and the way the referee these last couple of situations, like that worries me a little bit. Because Johnny, you said before we went on that you thought it was a red card.
I thought it was touch and go, and you said as well. We've seen them given.
Yeah.
And VAR had a good look at it, and he did headbutt him in the chin. So let's just say that. Yeah. But I didn't want to cards. I think that ruins the games, obviously. But he did headbutt. There's no doubt about that. But then Henderson wound him up a bit. So I don't know.
Yeah, for me, like I agree, you can give a red card for that. But for me, the fact that he goes away from the Sterling, was it Sterling against Mina? The fact that he goes away from that situation, not giving anything.
Yeah.
Like if when I'm on the over, that really concerns me.
Yeah.
Because either you give a card for like viciously throwing someone to the ground, which he didn't. Then you give a yellow card for a dive.
It's first half football, though, isn't it? Cards come second half.
Yeah.
I think a few cards are definitely coming.
If that situation was in the second half, we got
I think 3 or 4 cards are coming in the second half, and I think England might get a couple.
It felt like it.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to heat up a bit. You can see it happening
already. Yeah. I totally.
Yeah,
what's the line now? 4.5.
No, it's 3.5 at 1.6, I think.
Right.
At least it was. And
there's one card, right?
Oh, yeah. I would say that we go over. Yes.
I'm also really close to an airport, which you might hear from. Might hear from the actual plane just going over.
That's your private jet coming in, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, sure. Tell that to my missus in this absolutely horrible. She found up a hotel. All right, boys, the game is starting now.
All right, it's starting. That's great. Thanks for joining us, both of you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you.